Okay, brace for it. No amount of alcohol-tinged breath could be enough to prepare me for a bar's smell, surely. Mother always talks about how awful bars are, and how that's why she only ever drinks at home. Sweaty and piggish and smelling like failure? This can only lead to misery. Slowly, I part the fingers over my nostrils. It doesn't smell at all.
Cut that out, Winter. You look ridiculous.
Hey, leave me alone. I've been misled. Slowly, I put my hand down, but not without glaring at Cyrus. He ignores this, of course, and walks over to an empty table to have a seat. He then pats the top of the chair next to him, inviting me. Well, whatever. I follow his lead, so cautious of this place.
Notice how there's only a few people here, although it's lunch hour? What do you imagine that means?
Most of the people here really like to work?
Or maybe they really have to. Well, it's probably a good thing that this place is so empty. Too many customers might be a bit overwhelming for you. It can also make it rather difficult to actually find out anything.
I see. There are only 4 other people in the bar besides us, all of whom are men, and all thrice my age by the look of it. The 2 who seem to be customers are dressed in a rather rough manner, like they walked out of a construction site. I'm not the type to pride myself on appearance or anything, but I actually feel slightly embarrassed for them. They aren't the first in this world to look so deplorable, though. In fact, I would say they look fairly good by comparison. Most people I've seen look like they picked out their outfits from a pile of rags. Thankfully, the other 2, both in uniform, are very presentable. The waiter, or he's probably the waiter, looks rather spiffy, and the man behind the counter is quite cleanly dressed, so this world isn't entirely hopeless. But enough about men in clothes. The wall behind the counter is far more interesting. There are 2 lengthy rows of wildly varying bottles, some round, some square, and some outright peculiar. Admittedly, I'm enticed. Only for a second, I assure you. After all, I've been told that alcohol tastes like piss.
Well, I wouldn't know myself. I've never tried it.
What? You've never tried alcohol?
No, piss. It isn't the best, until you get used to it.
That aside, I've also been told that it makes you act like a twit, causes bouts of forgetfulness, and slowly poisons your liver.
That is true to a point.
Eventually, you become addicted to it.
Not everyone does. There's the possibility.
Then why drink it?
Some people enjoy losing control over themselves, and many love to forget. You'll see for yourself and be able to form your own opinion soon.
I would rather not. Honestly, I am more than fine with following the popular opinion. It is often correct and has saved me a lot of trouble in the past. While my thoughts wander to safer days, the man who I believe is the waiter comes to our table.
What can I get for you?
2 beers. Any brand you'd like.
Coming right up.
When he departs, I find myself curious about 2 things. Firstly, I have to drink 2 beers?
No. One is for me.
Why would you want to drink one?
I'm one of the people who enjoy losing a bit of control over themselves.
I would not have pegged him for the sort. At any rate, the second thing... What's the brand, sir? Does it have something to do with fire and iron?
Pardon?
Well, we used to brand cattle and other animals with a symbol that would associate them with their farmer, right? That is, if I remember my history. That was with fire and iron, so... this is something similar? I'm not saying something stupid, am I? Is it how the alcohol is made, perhaps? Are the ingredients burned in some way before they're officially beer? Maybe with some sort of spiritual symbol? They do call them spirits, after all. There must be a reason for that, right? Why isn't he saying anything? Or it has something to do with real spirits? Like some sort of rite where each batch is brewed in honor of someone who died? I mean, I've read these places can be very strange, and... am I close? Oh, please let me be close.
No. No, you are not close.
Crap! I should have shut up way earlier. Why did I ramble like that? Now I look the fool. Honestly, though, I'm a little disappointed. Some fantasy would be nice.
Winter, I'm starting to think you've already gotten yourself drunk off the atmosphere.
Oh, please.
Here you go.
The waiter has returned, bearing 2 tall and thick tankers foaming at the brim. Beer, right? I know more of vodka and wines. One is placed in front of Cyrus, and the other in front of me.
Enjoy.
He leaves. I peek over my cup's lip and peer into its mouth. The beverage does not take kindly to my curiosity, bubbling and spitting at me. I withdraw with a start. How intimidating. Sir.
Don't be such a baby, it won't kill you. There'll be much worse things you'll have to swallow than alcohol, trust me.
It sounds as though Cyrus is perfectly fine with bending over, should the situation demand it. Ingesting things like this? Ingesting things worse than this? Allow me to apologize, Cyrus, but I am not a wimp. I know where to draw the line. It is quite the opposite of weakness, really. It's strength. No one is going to be forcing me to do anything I don't agree to. That said, I did say I would drink some of this. Lifting the glass with both hands, I gingerly tip it towards my lips and take in a mouthful. Oh heavens, I do not want to drink this! I swish the liquid a bit, and as it mixes with my saliva it seems nearly viscous even. I want to retch. This is simply the worst thing I have ever put in my mouth. Atrocious! It bullies the back of my throat with a sizzling, no, a burning sensation that has spread throughout my entire oral cavity. The ordeal lasts less than 10 seconds before I stop thinking and just swallow it. Oh!
Oh, come on.
Goosebumps ripple across my skin, and my eyes water. The beer drains down my esophagus, raising everything in its descent. This is disgusting! Cyrus proceeds to drain half his glass with a speed rivaling my mother's, and an expression just as insensible. It amazes me that he can stomach it, and even more so that he's willingly subjecting himself to it.
Oh, this is pretty okay, actually. Best I've had in a while.
You're joking! That was worse than what I imagined piss to taste like. And the sensation, everything about it, it's disgusting! Honestly, I find myself at a loss for words here. This beverage is just nasty!
Finish that glass and we'll move along.
I'm not finishing this.
Do it.
Do it! I mock him.
Don't take that tone. Just finish your glass.
Finish my glass? I let my hands drop with gravity, my cup crashing onto the table. This is what you want me to finish. Well, Cyrus, who I am quickly losing respect for, I will drink this mug, and in fact, finish it, if you'll do one thing for me in the future.
Pardon?
It isn't loud in here, Cyrus. I know you heard me.
Well then, what do you want me to do?
Nothing now. The future is not now. Now is the present. The future is later, and I will tell you then.
You're sure you're not drunk, Winter?
Hush.
Fine. You'll have your way, if you'll have mine, Winter Harrison.
It is a deal you cannot break, sir. With that, I drain my glass in a matter of seconds, using a technique I have observed over the years. When I set it down, there is naught but suds. Cyrus is impressed. I am appalled. This is so nasty. I squeeze my eyes shut and let a wave of warm and trembling feelings wash over me.
Mercy, Winter. That was something else. How are you feeling?
I answer him with a stare and a shiver.
Really?
I shake my head. Honestly, now that the wretched experience of an instant is over, I realize I was overreacting. While certainly vile, it doesn't seem to be immediately damaging. It looks like it'll take more than one beer to impair my judgment. Either that or this stuff's effects are simply delayed. I am fine. I think.
You should be.
Yes, I don't really... I realize I might have spoken too soon, as I suddenly feel a bit as though I'm glowing. It's not a terrible feeling, and I seem to still be myself. All is in order. I don't feel much different at all.
Give it some time. You don't really drink too much anyways. There usually isn't a whole lot of alcohol in beer.
Wonderful, both of my theories are true. Okay, so what now?
Now, we begin conversing.
Cyrus discreetly points to a man in the corner.
I'm going to talk to that man. You take the one on the counter. Try bringing up work and going on from there. Oh, and of course, don't forget to keep where we're from and why we're here a secret. That kind of bartering chip shouldn't even be allowed to you kids.
I'm going to talk to him alone?
Well, yes. I think it would make him pretty uncomfortable to have both of us ganging up on him.
Oh... I don't know about this.
Don't worry. The bartender is right there. I'm not far either. Nothing will happen to you.
It's not that. I'm just not very good at talking to people.
You're doing fine with me.
You're my superior.
Just go over there and give it a try.
Fine. I get out of my seat and immediately yank at the table's edge as the floor shifts. Oh no! My knees quiver with fear, and I firmly plant my feet, my heart thumping like I am about to die. Gracious, what was that? Did something happen? Have we failed?
Calm down, you're just a little tipsy.
Shut up. I pause. Tipsy. Oh, buzzed. Right. I'm just... Aw, crap.
Just get over there.
I surprise myself, briskly taking strides to the counter. I find that act curiously challenging and amusing. Each step I consider rather silly in its shakiness, and I begin wondering how people learn to walk at all. It is not how my thoughts usually go, I think. I can't quite remember what I usually think about right now. I am not drunk. I have an idea what it is from looking, and this is not it. Alright, I am tipsy. Goodness, I'm unbalanced. I start slowing near the stools, and suddenly break into a cold sweat. I am not good with people, so what am I doing about to talk to a man? While I am considering this, the order to stop is not processed physically. I sit right down next to the gentleman as if it is the most natural thing in the world, and we are the oldest of pals, strong ties, bonds formed from years of manual labor at the piers. I wonder how much alcohol I actually drank. Enough of this. Engage the man by his eyes. Yes, like that. Like in the books. Lean forward and get a closer look, Winter Harrison. Well, isn't he scruffy? Almost in an adorable way. His cheeks and chin are dashed all over with stubble, and his eyes are soft and caring. He vaguely reminds me of a father I knew that wasn't mine, but a classmate's. I open my mouth and mentally say hello, but the order is again not actually processed. So I just hang my jaw and stand there. He notices.
Hello there, miss.
Hello? It is all I can do to say this. I failed to keep his attention, and his eyes returned to the television above the bar. Television. That's right, they have that here. It seems to be a sports channel that he's watching. Not that I know which. I only know it is a sport, as there is a ball, there are people, and both are on a field. Ah. And it seems to involve only sculpted men, a particularly intimate sport. Wait, I'm overthinking it, though I do believe that most sports have a peculiar and exciting kind of subtext. This one I think I could particularly like to watch.
You're a little young to be in here, aren't you?
Yes, I am! I am 14! I should not be here! I am here with my uncle. My dad would never bring me here. My uncle is here and brought me here while he's on break. Right. Mention work.
Where is he?
I point to Cyrus, who is now talking amiably with another man in the corner. Goodness, such fast friends. He is the younger, ordinary-looking person. The old man chuckles, and I smile as though I've made a joke.
Interesting word choice, girl.
I read books.
That's so.
It is so. Very much so. I read a lot.
Is he celebrating the good news?
Maybe? Was there some news? Ah! Do you mean the minimum wage increase, sir?
Yes, great news, isn't it?
He grins. I mirror him. It is. I'm glad.
You working yet?
This, yes, it is work that I'm doing. Granted unpaid, I am learning. Yes, I just started a little while ago.
I see. Well, welcome to the workforce, young miss. Have you gotten your first paycheck yet?
No, not yet, and my name is Winter. That should have been 2 sentences.
Nice to meet you, Winter. I'm David.
I've stopped speaking. I don't know why. It's almost as though anything I say won't make any sense, so I've shut up. He doesn't speak either. The quietness is getting to me. Isn't there something I can say? Anything? What can I say? No. I'm lost. This is a terrible feeling, like I'm drowning in air. Think. There must be something. What?
You okay?
Huh? Oh no. I'm panicking. He could tell. That's bad. Is this because of the alcohol? It must be the alcohol. Yeah. Speak! So what do you do? Like for your work, I mean.
You know, help out at the wharf, head down to the mines, fit auto parts.
That's amazing.
Amazing. No, when you get older, you'll have to run multiple jobs, too. Just about the only way to survive these days. How about you? What do you do?
Oh crap, what do I do? Oh, why didn't I think of something first? Stupid. I shut my eyes for a second and give a quick shake of my head. What I do? Well, I guess I could technically be considered I'm a consoler.
A counselor?
Yes.
Huh.
Please let that be an acceptable job.
Doesn't really seem like something that'd suit you. No offense or anything.
I didn't really choose it. He gives me a somber nod of recognition.
Yeah, you gotta take what you're given.
Yes. I suddenly feel miserable, and I decide to lean on the counter. I rest my head, letting the fluff of my hair and sleeves serve as a pillow, and I look away from David. That's right. I didn't really choose it. I didn't really choose anything. As decisions came around, I just sat on my hands thinking. I don't know, thinking that something would come to me. In a sense, I suppose that something did. But it wasn't in the usual way. Everyone else knew what they wanted to do after secondary school. And I was stuck on the path of a freeder. A freeder. A step away from a leech. I couldn't pick a specialty school. I didn't know what I wanted. School mediatorum, huh? What is this school? Why had I never heard of it, yet somehow my parents weren't surprised by the name? Why was I chosen? What's more, how? I never applied to this thing. Why did I even accept to go? I guess I was just happy that something had been found for me. And the system always knows best. I mean, it's not as though I dislike it. I find the classwork and homework more than bearable, and my first shadowing went okay enough. But, is this what I am? Is this what I'm meant to do? This is stupid. What am I thinking? The oligarchy is infallible. They never make mistakes. Therefore, this must be what's right for me. Even if everything about it is totally weird. Capcom, what is my issue? This is better than what would have happened. When did I start caring so much about my direction? Wait, what am I thinking? I'm supposed to care about that. Still, why should I? How should I know the way to forge my life's path when I'm just 14? I don't even know what I'll be like in 8 years. I shouldn't have to care about this now. No, this is really messed up. I'm so messed up.
Hey, don't get like that. I'm sorry I brought it up. Can I get you something to drink?
I turned back to glance at David, my nose tip brushed against cloth, and sending a tingle across my face. Seeing him, I remember again. I'm in another world. As if I didn't have enough worries back home, now I have a whole new world to worry about here. Another world which I have never heard of, but I'm supposed to believe is real? Just because things are here right in front of my eyes? So much strange stuff has happened to me that maybe I could just be dreaming. Is this man even real? Is he really here? Maybe he isn't. I've read that there are illusions. Would I prefer an illusion? Would I prefer this to be a dream? Maybe some sort of virtual reality? This whole idea is so ridiculous. And what's worst of all, I find myself rather on the fence about his offer for a second drink. It would not be bad, actually, to forget who I am for a little while, perhaps even longer. It would be natural. No, it would also be dangerous. I force the darker notions aside, steady the course. I draw my head back into the nest of my arms, hair curling over fingers. And I bring myself up, countenance solemn. No, I think I've had enough.
Suit yourself.
I will.